Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back with Sarah outside of Labyrinthia. Well, we're inside of Labyrinthia as far as I'm aware. We're outside of the dungeon of Labyrinthia, where we're supposed to be finding the Staff of Magnus. Obviously, for Sarah, she's in a kind of a rush right now. In the last episode, Archmage Savos died. Um, at the college, and she ran off to find the Staff of Magnus in order to defeat Ancano, who basically blew them away with some kind of weird magic and knocked her out temporarily. Um, I will admit that this is very close to the end of this quest. I would have rather have done this quest much slower, but like I said before, I am trying to get to the end of it so I can get to the Aetherius magic. We also see that we see someone up there, specifically a spirit of someone. Um, this is pretty interesting, although I will admit some of this is it's a little hard for me to understand in the long run. I will kind of break it down once we get through and kind of explain what I think is going on here and what actually is going on here. Also, the first time I played this quest, I didn't do it right, and I'll explain why. But understand this was one of the first quests I did in Skyrim. I really like this quest, and I also did it for other reasons, but we'll talk about that once we get through here.
Let's not waste any more time.
Are we truly sure this is a good idea?
We'll be back at the college before anyone even knows we're gone.
You would care about that, since you're the Archmage's favorite.
Don't forget, this whole idea was Atma's to begin with.
Let's just get inside, see what's in there.
So you think if that was a memory, the Argonian seemed weird because she was just staring off into space in my general direction. Um, so yeah, that seemed like it was. So that little bit there, I kind of understand. That was Salvos Aran and a bunch of other mages that we don't know from the College of Major Winterhold, and apparently they were doing something here, and the college didn't know about it, but they were like students or something. Um, but we'll continue on. Um, as we can see, we come to this, and it says it wants me to activate the ceremonial door, which probably don't know what that means, but once we press it, we notice that ring that we got from Savos Aran goes in and docks on the door, and then we end up inside. I think it's a pretty cool thought process. I'm not entirely sure I'm not entirely sure what it means, but that's a lot of skellies. Not so creepy after seeing all the gilded skeletons, but
We're doing this.
Can you imagine the looks on their faces when we come back?
You keep talking like you're sure we'll find something useful in here.
Given the history of this place, it's more than likely there's still some amount of power here.
Enchanted weapons, tomes of ancient knowledge, Shalador's secrets themselves. Who knows what we could find?
And what if there are things guarding this place?
Against 6 college-trained mages? I think we'll be fine.
so what makes me nervous about this? I mean, this would make Sarah nervous because Sarah gets here, she sees all these skeletons, she finds out about these mages, and then she hears their proclamation against 6 college-trained mages. Sarah wouldn't even consider herself one college-trained mage. She's been bumbling her way through this and has barely made any progress with learning Magicka except for Phenomenon, which she has a bit of an understanding of, but I don't know if she feels like she's as skilled as she wishes she was. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything useful. Much like them, I want to walk away with a lot more power than what I'm originally planning on walking away with, but we will see what's more is down here. As far as why Sarah would continue, at this point she's committed. And one of Sarah's traits is that once she commits to something, she has a hard time giving up on it. And obviously Salvos Aran must have found something because he became the Archmage of college. So he must have found something down here, right? Gonna pull this lever. Eh, nice and simple. Oh. Big dragon. Specifically, big skeletal dragon. I feel like the bad guys in this game need to learn that being big doesn't mean being powerful. I also am realizing they're still easy, which is kind of reminding me about the other little problem we're having that I haven't been able to fix yet. We're going to take a look at it once we finish taking these guys out, because I don't want to suddenly boost the difficulty if this does work. We're going to try again. I'm going to toggle this on and off, and then I'm going to try and raise the difficulty. And then, can I go down to, like, the bottom here or something? What if I hit enter? That just does that. Okay. So I'm going to hit escape. Gameplay. It's still set to adapt. We're going to save. Nope, that's not right. And we're going to settings. Gameplay. Okay, it's set to adapt now. And it's set to being on. So hopefully it's working. I've been trying to get it to work, and so far I haven't had any luck. I don't know if it's one of the mods messing with it or what's going on. Might be the fact that I'm a vampire messing with the survival mode. But as far as the difficulty, I don't understand that. I will keep trying to figure it out, and I will keep trying to raise the difficulty back up, but obviously I'm not going to stop the Let's Play because of that. Technically, I could take a break from it and try to diagnose it if I wanted to, but that's not something I want to do right now. I want to keep moving forward, and I want to keep making progress. And technically, survival mode wasn't the main reason I was enjoying this. I was enjoying Sarah's story. We'll also notice that the door back there is shut. I think there's a way to open it, if I remember correctly. I think there's like a lever around here you can flip to open it. Yeah, there's one right there. So if we flip this lever, we'll open it. So I don't really know why this closes. I think it just closes so that you can't back out of the room all of a sudden. You kind of have to charge forward and continue. Oh, apparently it closes even if you pull that lever. It just closes after a certain amount of time. But we'll keep moving forward. Sarah's pretty confident in her abilities because of the fact she just took down a skeletal dragon. That's pretty strong, but she can keep moving.
We have to go back. We can't leave Gerduin.
We barely made it out alive.
Was that thing
You want to go back in?
It's too late. There isn't enough of him left to go back in after.
gods? What have we done?
We can't go back. Might as well go forward. We can still do this.
Savos is right. We can make it if we just stay alert.
So, we find out that one of them got taken out back there, which Sarah probably feels kind of odd, because it's like, why would they have gotten taken out by a dragon? Let's take a look at this tablet. Hail all, brave city Barnador. Forever these walls shall stand. My enemies see her majesty, may all quake to behold her. Interesting. But we'll keep moving. There's only one option. And she needs to find the Staff of Magnus, which obviously must be in here somewhere. I will say this, if you play the vanilla version of this vanilla version of this quest, you won't have found the Ancient Diamonds, you won't have found a lot of the stuff, like Phenomenon is added by the quest, Rise of Magicka is added by the quest, a couple of things are added by the quest. We would not have found all of this stuff, and one of the other things you'll have noticed, the bosses would have been easier. Just remember that for this, because these bosses don't get any easier. These bosses are not easy. Oh. So, that would have been weird, because obviously Sarah suddenly feels like her Magicka is suddenly gone, because that wave got rid of her Magicka when it came through. We're not going to go through that just yet. There's another Tome of Flames, which kind of gives us our idea of what we're supposed to do here. Defeated a Frost Spirit with relative ease. This does happen. Like, this part is normal. Having that voice come through and drain your Magicka to 0, and then your Magicka slowly regens. Oh, didn't need that potion, but meh. Obviously, it's a problem if you're a mage build that he drains your magicka, but I have a lot of magicka regen, and I have a couple of other things on me that's helping me. When I first came through here, I was a blade, I was a swordsman using magic to help me prepping for one of the later main quests, because I wanted to get the College of Magic. I wanted to get magic, and I wanted to get potions to help me with an upcoming quest. Specifically, the infiltrating the embassy. Obviously, that might not be very clear to some people. I'll bring it up again when we get to the embassy quest, although that will be quite a while from now, as after this I plan on slowing down the speed at which we're playing this Let's Play. I plan on it taking much longer, because I plan on Sarah taking her time with the future quests. We will not be blazing through them like we did with this one. I don't like the fact that we blazed through this one, but like I said before, it was kind of I had to choose between getting this quest done quickly and being able to do the ones I wanted, or taking my time on this quest and having a more drawn out story. I will have a bit of explanation of what happens further after she gets done here. For those who know this quest, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about, but there is some stuff that I will be kind of taking some creative liberties with as far as what the storyline is. Let's see if we can disenchant anything. Mostly just want to disenchant stuff so that I can get it out of my inventory. We may have Rise of Magicka, but I don't want to have to use it if I don't have to. But as I was thinking, I am currently still full. And there hasn't been anything really in here that's worth taking or disenchanting. It's just been all Drago weapons, which I don't find Drago weapons useful anyways. Sarah's probably not interested in dragging those things out of here with her. She's more interested in finding this staff.
You do not answer. Must I use this guttural language of yours?
Oop. I do like this quest because it does feel like it's focused around a mage. It does not seem though like they planned on you being able to utilize more than just magicka. So that is kind of, I would consider that an oversight. I think that's the way we're supposed to go. So we're gonna go back up this way and go across this bridge real quick, because I want to make sure we grab everything out of here, because this is Labyrinthia. It does have some useful stuff, and the mod does add loot. So I want to make sure that I'm grabbing as much as I can. Actually, this might be the way we're supposed to go. I don't really remember. I don't really remember Labyrinthia all that well. I don't play this quest very often. I only had like 4 or 5 characters that actually went very deep into all of the schools and everything. And it's been a long time since I played through this one. So we're going to go back. I think I might have an idea of what's going on. And if it is, then it doesn't matter. But I'm going to go back because I'm going to go down this way. Oh, no.
Returned, Orin, my old friend.
So that's an interesting thing there, and something I'm very curious about myself, because he says, have you returned Arin, probably speaking of Savos Arin, my old friend. I'm curious if he actually means friend. We don't really get to talk to this character, and this character we don't get a lot of information from this character, what's going on. We kind of just deal with them. And I can't really avoid spoilers there, we're going to end up fighting this character. But we just end up dealing with this character and then moving on. Like, we don't really get a chance to talk to them and getting information from them. And obviously we can't talk to Savos Arin about it because, well, the guy's dead. Kind of wish there was some way you could deal with, like, some of the questions from this, because I don't know. If you guys know, please feel free to share in the comments. Even if you guys want to say, hey, there's a YouTube series, there's a YouTube video that explains all of this and explains why. I might look it up later and see if I can find one, something like that. but I don't know. Oh, yeah, I was right. So I was right. These two connected back together eventually. I'm glad I went that way because there was some stuff down there, but we'll keep moving forward. We are noticing that his speaking is almost like dragon. It was almost like dragon before. I don't know if it was actually the dragon language, but it's very reminiscent of it if it's not. Which the shouts are only at most 3, but the dragon language is not just for shouting. It is, the dragons do talk in the language. We've heard them talk in the language before. So it's always possible that he was speaking the dragon language, especially once we find out who this character is.
That which you could not.
Seeking to finish that what he could not, which means he was here before, which we do from the seeing the visions of them talking about this, which we haven't seen them since, because I don't think that there would be much to explain. That this character is doing more of the kind of world building around what was going on with Aaron and his group up to this point. That obviously they came here, they did something, and this person was left behind. This is also going to be springboarding us into one of the projects that um, Sarah will be doing in this quest, in this story of hers. As far as what I plan to do with this, I don't really know. I plan to do the Aetherius Magic mod, obviously, because we're doing that right now. I did Clockwork, and I plan on doing the Forgotten City, which I plan on enabling after we finish this quest, and just letting that happen when it happens. But after that, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if she's going to go down the main quest. I don't know if we're going to do all of the main quest, or if we're just going to go into part of it. I don't know if we're going to do... feel like there should be something here, and I know there's something here, but I can't figure out where the heck it is. Then Sarah's probably really cautious right now. She knows there's something down here, and she knows it's powerful, and she knows it can drain her magicka, so she needs to be prepared for that. Super worried about it because she always has Rise of Magicka if she needs it. She always has Phenomenon once she gets her magicka back, and this thing doesn't seem to be able to kill her magicka. It seems to just be able to drain it. That's not as big of an issue as... oh. Probably is getting a little bit more confident in her abilities, although I can't say that I'm too certain of that. We're going to take this because I'm pretty sure I need it for a crafting recipe. I think Sarah remembered that she needs it for a crafting recipe and decides to take it with her. I don't know if I do. I can't remember.
You only face failure once more.
Is this? Again, I'm not going to give these skeletons the chance to get close. I'm going to take them out as I feel is necessary. Mostly just because of the fact that I don't want to deal with them. I do kind of feel like there's kind of a weird coincidence going on here. Like, this was a situation from Savos Aran. He gave us the thing to return here. We need to return here for the staff. My thought process begins to wonder if, like, it's possible that Savos Aran, and Sarah probably thinks this too, is it possible that Savos Aran did something here and a debt needs to be paid, and Savos Aran expects her to pay the debt? Or expects her to come and deal with his last mistake, or his last choice, or his last whatever this was. Because it definitely seems like something. I would say we would take them, but they're heavy. Might as well. They're a unique piece of armor that I haven't seen before. Well, they're not unique. I know that they're just added by the immersive armors mod, but I'm still want to take them. If it was actually a named piece of armor, I'd be super big about taking it. That's gold ore. That's more gold ore. Does she have the time to mine? I guess so. Oh, we don't have our pickaxe. That's alright. She probably doesn't care. It's probably not a big deal to her. She probably can come back and get it if she wants it. She's probably wondering the same thing. Did Aaron send her to do whatever it is that this man thought, that this person thought Aaron was going to do? Did Aaron want her to come here? Did Aaron foresee this? Was he planning this? And if he was, does he think she's ready for it? Because that becomes the bigger question of, is she prepared for whatever this endeavor will take? Is this a situation that she can handle? She probably doesn't know, but she probably continues on because she knows that she doesn't have a choice in the matter. And I think, yep, this is one area that we're going to run into a unique bad guy that I don't think I ever see anywhere else in this quest. Or anywhere, not anywhere else in this quest, but anywhere else in the game as a general bad guy. That's a Wisp Mother. This bad guy is something I have to say I love the design of, but I don't think she was ever used anywhere else. Not exactly a hard enemy to fight, but I don't remember seeing them anywhere else that's not... I shouldn't have picked up the elven arrows. That tells me, though, that the survival mode really is broken. I don't know why, and I don't really much plan on quitting just because of that. We'll keep going.
Did he warn you that your rogue power would be your undoing?
Now,
It would
that...
only serve to strengthen me.
Now, that made me nervous when he said that. And the reason why it made me nervous, the reason why I started to wonder what that meant, and I'm now noticing this isn't working. Switch to phenomenon. Yep. And what it makes me nervous about, and the reason why I'm nervous all of a sudden, is because, well, what it made me nervous the first time was I was wondering, does he mean that the more magicka I have, the stronger that he's going to be? That me having magic will just make him stronger? Because when I was playing through the character, I was boosting their magicka like crazy, and I made sure that they had a lot of magicka because I thought that was going to be important. And then to think that...
Please. Come on. We can't stop now. We have to keep moving.
Where's Elvely? She was right behind me.
Dead. Something grabbed her from behind. Gone before I could do anything.
This is insanity. We never should have come.
You're right. This is all my fault. Should we turn around, head back?
I don't think going back is a good idea.
Going back would be the end of all of us. We keep pushing forward and we'll make it. We will.
Come on, you can make it. Let's go.
Question becomes, is Savos Arn trying to convince them or himself? What was the thought process that he had here? Why push forward? This is an interesting bad guy. I'm planning on just downing them. Dealing with them quickly.
Face your end.
That's the first time that he does that, and it's actually a problem because you can have it be that you don't have the magicka suddenly to deal with it. And we have an interesting sword. This is actually quite a unique sword. I don't think these are ever seen in the game again, so we're definitely taking it. And that's a trapdoor, which if you step on it, it'll actually open. I found that out the hard way the first time I came through this. Here fighting. Could there be someone alive? Another one. And another one. Like I said, I don't think we see these again. I think there might be one area I can think of that we might run into them again, but I don't know. So I will be taking their weapons, all of them. Oop. There's a skeleton. I kind of wish that you could eventually get more summons. I know there are mods that do that, but again, I'm having issues with mods, and obviously my game's having problems. That's the other reason why I don't really know how long this is going to go for. I don't know how stable this pack is, especially with all the mods I've installed that I know aren't functioning right, like the UI mod. Drop a quick save just so that I can. And then there's another that I've never really understood that part because like he drains your magicka, but he doesn't say anything. Like you just get that effect. I am trying to put that spell down when we're not in fighting because I know it is kind of annoying how it takes up most of the screen. Another troll. Got a couple of these now. We've gotten all these troll pelts out of here. I've actually did not realize trolls drop troll pelts, so I don't exactly know what we could do with that. I'm tempted to use the crafting skill to kind of see if I'm right about the troll skull being used in what I think is like an enchanting area. Let's take a look real quick. So what I'm thinking it's used in is an ability we have from the campfire mod, and that is create item. Oop. Keep bringing up the command menu. I don't even know how to use it. So here we go. Yep, enchanting supplies. 1 troll skull, 2 troll fat, and a flawless amethyst. So we will be able to use that troll skull later. She's not going to do it right now because it would take time, and she doesn't want to take the time to do it right now. But she does know she can make it now. There's a bunch of stuff you can make in this, actually, that's really cool. It'd be interesting to play as a character that only survives using stuff from this list. I'd probably make a hunter that was, like, just exploring the wilds of Skyrim. I was thinking about doing some short series from just the random starts. Let's continue on. Can't remember how much farther we have to go, but I feel like we're getting close to the end. I'm nervous because I don't know how this fight's gonna go because I can't remember how hard this guy is. You know, he's tough, but I can't remember how tough. I heard a doggy. And that probably means that it's gonna be another one of those. Yep. Those spectral warhounds. I think you can actually get dog meat off of him. Not that I care. I said, much like I said in an earlier episode, she's not going to eat dog meat because, well, I don't believe she would agree with it. Not that I have any issue with it, but I don't agree with it. Here's a steadfast ward. We've been having every time we found a book, they've come up useful in the next couple areas. I wonder why we found that here, as if I don't already know. Did forget about this, but not that I forgot. It's not like I didn't. It's not like I forgot. It's not like I don't know. We're gonna do that. Whew, that was close. There we go. Oh shite. Nope, 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 nope. I could use a steadfast ward here. That's what you're supposed to do, but you'd also hit them with a spell and knock them off. Or I could raise my magic resistance with Rise of Magicka to make it a little bit more effective. We're gonna go ahead and focus double Rise of Magicka. Not only to help us with our healing, but also to help us with gaining a bit more of this. Not to mention I'm going to use... Alright, that's it. Time for a restoration buff. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't realize that one was there. You can also run up and just grab them. I actually had enough health and stamina when I first played through this that's what I did. I just ran into here, got blasted by the first one, and then just ran grabbing them all. And knocked them out the window. Doesn't matter. They're just weak soul gems. Compared to everything else I get from here, it's not that useful. Oh, he doesn't have anything. That's a mage version. One of the worst versions to run into because they don't got no loot. Go up here and check this place out real quick. I think I've got enough of their weapons by this point. They're just interesting. I'll probably display them somewhere in Clockwork. Actually, let me go ahead and grab them. I'll just go ahead and do the quick take all button. There's usually these guys don't have much else. She is trying to get some artifacts and stuff for herself. She is a collector and she is a loot goblin, but she's not like it's not like because she cares. Thanks to me being a D&D player, I actually came up with an idea for a bad guy once called a loot goblin, and basically one of the things that what it would say all the time is it would say kill the shinies, and it was because they weren't very smart. So some of the times what they would do is if they found something of value, they would just attack it because they would be under the impression that if they broke it open, something more valuable would be inside. We have a water breathing spell, which is what I'm currently looking for. I think it's an alteration. Maybe not. Here it is. A double cast water breathing spell. More malachite ore, gold ore. We'll go ahead and take this stuff. She's under the impression that if the ore is here, it's probably valuable, or it's probably magical. I don't really remember what malachite is used for. I think it's the orc ore, but I'm not sure. But she's just gonna grab it and take it with her at this point. Oh, okay, I know where we are now because I'm actually really surprised. I didn't think this was part of the. I didn't think this was in this I didn't realize this was in this dungeon. I thought it was in a different dungeon. So I mentioned before when I got hit by the disarm spell that there was a time that I had a named weapon. Weapon at the time that I was using that got broken, and I was pissed. Well, I guess I cussed. Good thing I'm not sponsored. But this was it. This honored ancient Nord greatsword of scorching was what I was using at the time, and I can tell you right now, it's not that impressive. It's not a very good weapon. It's not a very strong weapon. It's not even a very important weapon. There are several weapons that are more important and more powerful. It was one of the ones I picked up. I picked it up from this, and it was something that I really liked because I thought it was really cool. Oh, I remembered there was a wall here. I just thought it was after the fight. So we gotta take out this guy, which is not a problem. It's a Draga Death Lord, but he's specifically using either Relenting Force or he's using the Disarm Shout. Oh nope, it's Relenting Force. But he was the one who actually disarmed me. He used the Disarm Shout and destroyed that sword the moment I got my hands on it, which really upset me. So I went back. Obviously, a disarm doesn't work very well if you're using spells. One of the reasons why I like using spells in this game is because the Disarm Shout doesn't work on you. Oh, we are getting close. That was kind of like the we are getting close to the end point. He's ice skating. We've got ice skaters. No. One of the most notorious Bethesda glitches. I think that was animation lock. I think that's what that glitch is called. When they move around but they're not actually moving. Ooh, Ebony. She mentioned something about giving Ebony armor to Lydia. That is a goal of hers eventually.
We shouldn't have left her there to die. What else could we do? Stay there and die with her?
Oh, I better catch up so that we can hear what they're saying.
We didn't have a choice.
This is it, you know. Through this door. Can you feel it?
We're not going to make it, are we?
We stay together, no matter what. Agreed?
I'll be right with you.
Agreed. We all stay together.
So we'll go over it once we finish this, but I don't know how to feel about this quest. I'll explain what I mean by that once we get it finished, but we need to see the next part and what comes after. But yeah, this is it. This is the last. This is the room before the end. And we see two mages, or two people using something to barrier a creature. Go ahead and move in. And our quest marker is on the creature. So that means that why we're here is there. Tried talking to her and it kind of knocked her out of whatever trance she was in. Black robes, an iron dagger. The usual stuff you find on a casual mage. We'll talk about that in a minute. Like I said, we'll finish this fight and then talk about that. Alright, let's fix this other one. Go ahead and deal with that. And now we have to deal with the big guy. And nothing important. I wasn't expecting Phenomenon to work on him very well. Mostly because of Phenomenon's true effects. Part of what Phenomenon does is it attacks their mana and drains their mana. This guy obviously is a very powerful sorcerer. Anyone who's played this and doesn't know this knows who this guy is just because of what he looks like. Close. I think Phenomenon is what you're supposed to use here, and I think that's why it's kind of working. It's not working as well as I wish it would, but it is working. We almost got him. There we go. He wasn't nearly as hard as I thought he was going to be. We're going to go ahead, keep going, because we still got a few things to talk about. But we got some more Black Soul Gems. quite a few of them. A lot of Grand Soul gems. 4 Grand Soul gems. No, those were some more. Those we had those originally. More of the Shalador's Insights, which is another reason why I sold them, and the Staff of Magnus and Mordecai's Mask. Yeah, you'll notice that Mordecai's Mask is worth a lot more than the Staff of Magnus, even though the Staff of Magnus is supposed to be something good. But, as it says, absorbs 100 magic points per second. If the target is out of magic, absorb 500 magic, 550 health instead. The essence absorbed is devoured by Magnus himself. So, we're going to pick that up, and we're going to be over encumbered. Let's go ahead and do a Rise of Magicka real quick. But let's take a look at this thing. The first thing we're going to take a look at is that mask, because that's definitely the first thing I want to take a look at. Mordecai. Magicka regenerates 200% faster. No, we cannot disenchant this. I wish we could. Well, I don't wish we could. This is part of the masks of Skyrim, the one I talked about outside in Labyrinthia in the last episode. We'll go over it more, though, once we get a chance. I can't wear both at the same time, sadly, but that's fine. This is literally a lot better than this, because now I regenerate Magicka really quickly. And then, of course, we have the staff itself. So now we have Magnus's staff, which I wish that you could hold I wish when you didn't have it armed, you held the staff and were just walking with it, but I get why they didn't do that. So here's the thing about this. I got done fighting Magnus the first time. I actually killed him down here, I think. And I walked over to here and I collected these and I was like, okay, am I supposed to go out through the water? And I went down here, tried to go out through the water, found this chest, got bit by this silverfish. And I got really confused because I was like, how am I supposed to get out of here if I wasn't supposed to go out through there? And I'm like, well, I killed it, but I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave. And so I walked backwards through the entire dungeon until I got to where the dragon was, got confused because I thought I was locked in, then found the way to open the door. What I didn't realize that if you go over here and we come up here where we came up before, you can come over here and there's a door. So my first time doing this quest, I didn't see this. I found it my second time doing this quest. And that's gonna tell you a lot about this because of what happens next. And it'll explain why I was very confused by this quest the first time. We're at the point where we need to finish, but I'm going to finish Sarthal, not Sarthal. This is definitely not Sarthal. We're going to finish Labyrinthia before I quit. Because I don't want to quit in the middle of this. Barbarian Hero Circlet. Interesting. Take the Elven Dagger. Come through here and...
I'm so sorry. I had no choice. It was the only way to make sure that monster never escaped. I promise you, I'll never let this happen again. I'll seal this whole place away.
We're almost done, but where there is still a part to deal with. Kind of an annoying part, but a part nonetheless. Remember, I didn't have to deal with any of this. So I didn't get Savos' confession, and I didn't get this part.
So, you made it out of there alive. Ankana was right. You are dangerous. I'm afraid I'll have to take that staff from you now. Ankana wants it kept safe. Oh, and he wants you dead. Nothing personal.
I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid you do. Never should have
Too bad. She probably would have stopped when he said I yield, but the problem with it is that it's a Bethesda game. I'm aware that if he, when even though he says that he yields, he's not going to give up. He's not going to stop. And apparently his robes don't disappear when I take his robes off of him. Okay. Necklace. We are well over the time limit now. So we'll be closing out once we get out of here. If you guys liked the episode, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments to make, please make them down in the comment section down below. Again, I apologize for those who liked this quest and didn't want me to rush through it as fast as I did. Like I said, I wanted to get this quest out of the way so we could get to Aetherius Magica. But we are now outside of Labyrinthia. Next episode, we'll be moving on. We also have the Mask of Mordecai, which is really nice. I still like the silver mask better, but we're going to be wearing this one for a little bit. She won't wear it forever. She will wear the silver mask again, just not right now. But, again, like, subscribe, comment, all those good things. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys later. Bye.